want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Department employee is charged with murder after police wrongfully arrested a different man. Durham police arrested 52-year-old Kenneth Cates on November 22nd for the murder of 25-year-old Tyler Young. But Cates was only in jail for a day before Durham police realized he was not the right person. This week, police charged Marcus Woods for fatally shooting Young, and they didn't have to go far to find him. Records obtained by the I-Team show Woods was working with the police department for almost 3 years. Woods is not a sworn officer, but worked as a procurement tech, a role that usually manages supplies and purchases for a department. Police say they initially arrested Cates based on an independent eyewitness account. After further investigation, they reached out to the Durham DA to release him. Chris Muma with the North Carolina Center on Actually Innocence has worked to overturn wrongful convictions in Durham County. She says she doesn't think one source should ever be enough evidence to arrest someone for murder, and says when mistakes like this happen, agencies need to review what went wrong and take steps to improve the process.
Rush to judgment is a big problem. So taking a breath, having somebody else look at the evidence, play devil's advocate for whether this is really a case that should go forward, particularly in a murder case. I think there are definitely controls that can be put in place.
Now, we did reach out to DPD for comment, but they declined to comment.
So you heard everything that took place, right? So the man that you see directly in front of you is a DPD worker, and he is being charged with taking the life of somebody else when originally another man ended up taking that initial charge. And my main thing is this: if you are, in a sense, working with the police department, you have access to certain things, you know that you committed a crime, it's not that difficult for said person to basically flip it or to change some files around or to make some paperwork disappear or to lead people towards a direction that they weren't even looking, and arrest or go after a person that had nothing to do with a situation. This by itself should raise a lot of questions when it comes to the trustworthiness of individuals who are allowed certain access to information, confidential things, confidential areas and files, and such. Because if he's able to do it, what's to say that this isn't something that hasn't been happening for decades, right? Where you have innocent people who are actually innocent, but the people that should be charged are the same ones that work with the files, that are directly behind the scenes. And I'm just guessing that more than likely the other person that originally got charged was black. More than likely, I'm just guessing, because I don't really think that they were like, okay, well, we're going to charge this random Caucasian dude. Oh wait, oh, wait, we messed up. Originally, it was a black guy. No, 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 no. Usually, the way the system works is, everybody looks alike. Everybody looks alike. So I'm pretty sure, that's something that more than likely played a role. They had a generic, the person is dark, short hair, 5'9", in between 5'9" to like 6 feet, wearing urban wear, baggy clothes, baggy coats, at the time of, whatever incident, right? It's usually that whole generalized thing that any dude walking down the street within a mile can pretty much fit. Right, you can pretty much throw a rock, bam, you got your suspect. But is it actually your suspect? In this case, obviously not, right? Like I said, you got to be a certain type of person to know that you did a crime and you're allowing somebody to be charged of something that you did, taking away their freedom because you don't want to face up to the responsibilities of what your actions led you to. That's crazy. And I very much hope that this person gets prison time of they throw the book at him. That's what I want. I hope they throw the book. And matter of fact, to take it to a further extent, the guy, right, who initially got charged, who almost had his freedom taken, he needs to not only sue this DPD worker, he should also sue the police department as well, because this is a mess up all around. Matter of fact, if even possible, he should sue the state. Like I said, there's a multitude of avenues that he should be going to hit people up for money. Because if none of this came to light, you would literally have an innocent man sitting there in a prison cell, having to suffer, having his freedom taken away, all because somebody did not want to admit to their own actions of taking somebody's life. That is 1,000% ridiculous. That is 1,000% ridiculous. And I also say my condolences to the family of whoever the individual was that he took the life of, because at least now they can actually get true justice, and they can rest, at night. And more than likely, I feel like the family should also sue too, because it will be a false sense of justice, because realistically the person who took their loved one's life is still actually out there. So like I said before, I'm not sure if um, both victim parties should combine forces and do it that way, or do it separately. But I know that there should be a field of lawsuits and payouts that should be taking place. There should realistically be a field of lawyers ready to take both of those cases and go directly after the people in charge at the top. And to even put it to a further extent, the people that oversaw everything that took place need to be fired, because no amount of training or anything is going to change how wrong those people are. If they made the mistake once, they're going to make it again. That's how that works. It was one too many. And when it deals with an individual's freedom, their innocence, you cannot afford to make any mistakes.